Hey everyone, Mark here. It is 10:14 p.m. I just can't seem to fall asleep, partly due to the depression and everything I'm going through right now. I end up sleeping a lot during the day and find it difficult to sleep at night. Anyways, I want to talk a bit about where I'm going. Where am I going? Where am I headed? What is my future? What do I want? Um, as I get older, my priorities change and my wants and desires change. I started off back when I was 17. Let me give you a little bit of history here. When I was 17, I wasn't getting good grades in high school. The people that adopted me took me out of high school in the middle of my junior year and moved me out of the house and moved me into one of their duplexes they owned. And they said, well, you're going to go to work for your father because you're not getting good grades. Well, my adoptive dad was a masonry contractor. So, not being new to that type of work because I had worked with him in earlier years during the summers and whatnot. So, they moved me out of the house and I ended up being a bricklayer until almost 30 years of age. I had both knees operated on. My right knee was completely reconstructed. My left knee was operated on from a motorcycle accident. When I was about 28 years old, I fell into a deep depression because I could no longer do masonry, and that was all I knew. I didn't have an education. I didn't even have a high school diploma at that time. I fell into a slump. A friend of mine took me in, helped me out for about a year. It got me into counseling, got me into vocational rehabilitation, which got me into school. I went to a school to study for an associate's degree as a PC technician. That wasn't where I wanted to go. So that wasn't the field I wanted to be. I didn't want to be a bench technician. I wanted to be more on the networking side if I was going to be in computers. And so I ended up getting my high school diploma, or my GED actually. And then I went to DeVry Institute of Technology in Phoenix, Arizona. And I studied computer information systems. So I've been working in the IT field up until 2013 after a work injury, after I sustained a work injury. With now my current injuries from the car and everything like that, I really don't know what kind of work I'll ever be able to do until they do treatments and whatnot. And like I said in an earlier video, in June, actually June 10th, I go in for injections on my back. Now, as far as where I'd like to go and what I'd like to do, everything that I've done never been really what I wanted to do. Computers wasn't really what I wanted to do. I based doing computers on watching my roommate that was helping me out for that year, who was a network administrator. I saw his life and I saw his lifestyle and the nice things he had and whatnot. And that's one of the reasons why I chose that line of work. Now, obviously, at my age, I can no longer become a commercial airline pilot or a police officer like I really wanted to back in my young days. But there are other things that I do like. And as I reach an older age, I what I'd like to do, okay, first of all, I need to get through this issue with the insurance and everything, and keep your fingers crossed, people, because on June 11th, I no longer have money for this hotel. And I have no family and no friends or anything to stay with, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how much longer it's going to take for the settlement. And but getting back to what I'd like to do is when I do get the settlement, I would like to buy a Class C motorhome and live in it. I plan to leave California and go towards the Oregon, Washington area and continue working on my health and my happiness. In fact, that's my biggest focus is my health and getting this weight off, and hopefully getting my heart to return to some kind of normalcy, if it ever will. It's not getting enough blood flow through part of it. So, but as far as what I'd like to do is I'd like to get into real estate photography. Photography has been a hobby of mine for years. I've always loved photography. Being that I'm super amateur at photography, it's not like I can jump into it and go do shoots of multi-million-dollar homes and that are going to be featured in Dwell magazine or something like that. I'd like to start off by shooting properties for listings, for the MLS listings and whatnot, and work on that. Work on my craft and build a portfolio. And then eventually, down the line, try to get into big time photography shoots for real estate. I love architecture. I love photography. I love all the gear that's I'm an electronics junkie, a technology junkie, and so I love all the stuff associated with photography as well. In the meantime, while I'm building up that, I'm hoping to be able to find some type of remote work that I can do with a Wi-Fi connection on a laptop or whatever, whether it be a type of customer service position or some type of technical support position or something along those lines, something that I can work remotely. If anybody has any ideas, please, by all means, send me a message. Let me know. I have been doing a lot of research on people who live in RVs and vans and seeing the types of work that they do and whatnot. So you have to excuse me. That was my phone. Somebody sending me a message. And I'm determined. I'm determined. I'm only about 7 months away from turning 50. And this has got to happen. I have, along with working in IT and other jobs, I have started up several different businesses. I spent a year working on a motorcycle accessory website, which failed. I was into professional window cleaning. That business failed. I started up a scissor sharpening business for hair salons, and that failed. And it just seems like anything I tried, anything I put my hand on, just didn't seem to work. Um, but I'm not going to stop trying. I'm not going to stop trying. You know, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Colonel Sanders, it wasn't until he was 65 years old when he finally was able to sell that chicken recipe. And that's, 65 years old, finally succeeding at that age. It just goes to show that no matter what age, you can still do it. I'm going to do this. And I have to believe. I have to believe. I I'm going to admit it right here. Don't laugh, people. But I am a die-hard Journey fan. By all means, Journey is the best band ever out there, and my favorite song in the entire world is Don't Stop Believing. And for the longest time now, I've been having to sing that song in my head. Trust me, you do not want me to sing that song out loud. It will chase everybody away. Trust me, my voice is not Steve Perry or anybody. But that's a little bit about where I'd like to go. And one of the things too is I'm going to continue this vlog even after the day that I become successful. I really am. This is only my third video, but I'm beginning to like it, and the nerves are a little bit calming down more. And I want to give out a shout out to Paula M, who I received a message from. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sending such your message. I wish you the best in everything, and I look forward to many more subscribers. I look so forward to hearing from everybody. I look forward to your suggestions, your advice, anything. I know I apologize. First of all, I apologize because of the background, but I'm in a hotel room, so it's nothing pretty. I thought about taking the picture off the wall over there, but there's nowhere to set it behind me, so that way I could have some kind of background. Maybe next time I'll go out to the outside bench or something. I don't know, just to switch it up a little bit. So I want to ask the viewers, I've been really struggling lately to try and find jobs that I can do remotely on the computer. I have signed up a couple months ago. I signed up for a thing called Flex Jobs. I paid the $50 or whatever it was for the year subscription so that I can apply to telecommute type positions, remote positions. However, all the jobs that I really interested in that looked good required a land phone line. Excuse me. I really don't have a place for a phone line or anything. So if you have any suggestions of anything that I can do just via a Wi-Fi connection, let me know. I'd be forever grateful. I need to be able to make some kind of money and get out of this mess that I'm in. And everybody, I just ask that you please pray, keep your fingers crossed that this settlement happens and happens quickly. All right, well, I guess that's it for now. If you have any questions, please put them down there in the comment section. And please like this page if you do, and subscribe. Thanks again.